In this animation, we will describe the history of the atmosphere. Let's start with the origins of the atmosphere. When the Earth first formed, it was a ball of molten material with a thick poisonous atmosphere which is called the primary atmosphere. As the Earth cooled down, its surface began to solidify into a thin crust. Meanwhile, much of the primary atmosphere could well have been blown away by the sun's radiation and scattered into space. Then, as the crust continued to cool, molten material frequently burst through the new surface, forming volcanoes. These volcanoes gave off the gases that formed the secondary atmosphere. The main gases were probably carbon dioxide, steam, and nitrogen, with small amounts of methane and ammonia. Let's now discuss the development of our atmosphere. Actually, as the Earth continued to cool down, the steam condensed and fell as rain, filling the hollows in the Earth's crust. These formed the oceans. The oceans were important in the development of our current atmosphere for two reasons. The first one is that the water absorbed large amounts of the carbon dioxide gas, and the second reason is that the first life forms developed and evolved in the sea. So a thin crust formed on the Earth's cooling surface. The molten rock underneath the new crust pushed through to form volcanoes. The gases produced by these volcanoes formed Earth's secondary atmosphere. Volcanoes covered the whole surface of the Earth and released huge amounts of carbon dioxide, steam, and nitrogen gas together with smaller amounts of methane and ammonia. The Earth continued to cool and many volcanoes disappeared. The steam in the atmosphere condensed and fell as rain, collecting in the lower areas of the crust to form oceans. The water in the oceans dissolved some of the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. The oceans also allowed simple life forms to develop. These used carbon dioxide for photosynthesis and produced large amounts of oxygen. Gradually, the amount of oxygen in the atmosphere rose. The oxygen removed the methane from the atmosphere by reacting with it to produce carbon dioxide. The oxygen also formed a layer of ozone which blocked out the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays, allowing life to spread to the land. The ammonia in the atmosphere reacted with oxygen as well and with soil bacteria to produce nitrogen. Our atmosphere is now made of mainly oxygen and nitrogen. Scientists believe that it reached its present composition about 200 million years ago. So that's how our atmosphere developed through history.